What's up, guys? Thanks for joining me. It's another episode of Bit Era Gaming. Tonight we are going to dismantle a Nintendo Entertainment System. Yes, you heard that right. We're going to take it apart, and you probably heard that as well. There's something in there, so we're going to get to the bottom of this problem. If you don't know, what happens to these guys is over time you end up losing the connection in the pin connector here, 72 pin connector. So you either have the option to take this guy apart and clean every one of these, bend them back, or spring for the extra 10 bucks on Amazon and just replace it. So I opted for that method. So we're gonna start working on this guy tonight. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get it taken care of. There's 6 or so screws on the bottom here, and I'm probably gonna find some extras in here, to be honest with you. There's no telling. This wasn't I had one of these growing up, but this isn't my original one. I have a few of my original ones, this not being one of them. I bought this one at a flea market, so who knows what condition this guy's in on the inside. Hopefully you can see everything going on here, and hopefully I don't lose these screws. I'm sure I can find something to work in their place. But let's take a gander at what we got here. So these systems are strangely simple. You thought they were full of magic and sorcery as a child, but in reality, they are very, very simple. Okay, I feel like I'm missing one here. And no, maybe not. Now, into the den of the beast. Maybe I did miss one. No. I did miss one. That's why it's not coming off. Copyright on this thing is 1985. I wasn't even born yet. I'm old, but I wasn't even born yet when this thing came out. I do remember lots of nights playing this in my childhood. Okay. So I've not yet taken out my Mario game. I forgot to take that out. We'll leave that over here. I don't know why I have snips. Who knows? I need to snip something. Okay, so you can see lots of crud, spiderweb buildup. You should probably clean this if you have this much junk in there. But let's continue here. Hopefully we'll get this thing living again. It's a common problem. You can find it all over the internet, people having to redo this, and a lot of people opt for just refurbing, and I didn't want to go through and refurb 72 little pins. And all it really is it just completes the connection. I mean, it's, again, when you're a kid you think, man, this thing is so complicated, but when reality, you get it open and you look at it, it's not. It just creates the connection to the motherboard. And I think Nintendo figured out that this design wasn't that great. You have to push it in and then smash it down, and then they started doing the whole top loader system, and that was a much better idea in my opinion. So the tunes you're hearing right now are some of the, I think it's top 70 NES hit theme songs playlist that I found on YouTube, and it's pretty great. Alright, making some headway here. I should vacuum this thing out, but I don't have the time. Plus that wouldn't go well on the air. So one, let's see, there's 6 there. Looks like, what is that, 7 there. It's supposed to be 5 or 6. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here as well. These screws all look the same. So I'm keeping them separate, but they all look the same, so hopefully it's not a huge deal. Again, I found this little repair guy here on Amazon for 10 bucks. 2-day shipping. Thank you, Amazon Prime. Love it. I will say this, I've grown fond while this has been dead. I've been doing some emulation on my Mac, and I've grown very fond of it because I'm not crazy about my capture card that I got. It doesn't work well with OBS, so I cannot do dual screens like I'm doing now, and it's frustrating. But with the emulation, easy as cake. So we may go back and forth, to be honest with you. Okay. Now we got this guy here is loose. But there's also, you have to go one here. And one here. A little bit of rust there, but I don't think it's anything to be worried about. This console is older than I am by 2 years. Okay. Now, lifted it off there. Nice moths. Such. Oh, look at that. Looks like a poker chip. So I must have thought it was a slot machine. Okay. So, now, this guy should lift off of this guy like so. Oh, I see the connectors on the bottom here. Okay. Okay. So, here's our trick. We're going to take the connectors off. See these guys here? We might not take these off. Okay, so there's your motherboard there. You can see that a little bit. And this guy slides off, your top loader, which I don't really understand why you have to push it in and click it down anyway, because this connection gets made either way. And you have to kind of work this off, I've read. Because, yeah, there it is. So, I don't want to mix these up, but this is the new one, and this is the old one. I don't have a lot of buildup, and they say you're supposed to clean those as well. I may give them a quick scrape, but there's a lot of gunk buildup on there. We're going to try it. We're going to put it on there and send it. See what happens. If I have to take it back apart, I have to take it back apart. But should be able to work this guy on here. Okay. Now, can we do it in reverse? Some kind of expansion port on the bottom here. I never quite figured out what that guy's for. I guess I should put this back on before I go too far. I don't want to not get that back on properly. Not a dust. And then I'm going to pull that out a little. Alright. Okay, so we are sitting back in here like we're supposed to. Let's do it in reverse. I have a feeling that I should test this before I get it back together. That's a good theory. My power cord's over here somewhere. Just to see if we're getting a red light or if we're getting a game signal. I'm going to put these two in and then I'm going to test it really fast. Let's see what's going on here. Alright, I'm not going to completely cinch those down, but over here I have a power cord for this guy right here. So we're going to power it up. See if we get a red light before we go any farther. So that's the secret right there. You don't know that secret, you're not a gamer. Still getting a blinking light. No bueno. Alright, so glad I didn't go any farther on that venture. So we got more problems here. What I'm probably going to do is take it back apart and I'm going to deep clean it, scrape it, vacuum everything before I give up on this system completely. I think I only paid 20, 30 bucks for the system a few years back and it worked for a while. So I'm surprised that it lasted as long as it did. But that's basically how you do the pin replacement. So thanks for tuning in with me and watching this episode. We'll see you guys next time.